has seen quite a bit of changes, new faces in the team, yourself included. So you've been a few weeks since you walked the ground. How has it been? What are some of the concerns that you heard from residents? And perhaps you want to share some of the key initiatives that your team have planned for East Coast.
Chiat has always been right next to East Coast GRC. I've always been DPM's neighbour for a while. So in fact, we share notes. We've been sharing notes even in the past, right? I think the coastline has always been somewhat of a attractive place for people to hang out recreationally. Makan is good there, and people spend their family time there. So really about enhancing it, not necessarily modernizing it, which I think people want to keep the East Coast as it is. Well, the East Coast plan, of course, was formulated and executed at a time when I was not in the East Coast. But of course, now that I'm hoping to be part of the East Coast, I think it's something that I embrace, I adopt. But I also feel that it has been useful for us to give us a baseline for us to now project our vision for the future. So the East Coast plan will be the baseline for us to build on, and in a couple of days, in the coming week, we will be setting out our vision for the East Coast, what we can do in terms of respecting the way our residents see the usage of common facilities. How do we match their aspirations, say on sustainability and conservation? How do we ensure that we protect spaces to worship in East Coast? How do we look at young aspirations through learning and education? And also, how do we ensure that we maintain that special vibe about East Coast? Just now, Has spoke about recreation at East Coast, but the other thing that East Coast is well known for, of course, is food. So we're hoping to look at a vision that encompasses all of these aspirations, these needs, and put it into a plan that builds on what East Coast Plan has done, but also now allows us to project forward our vision. In terms of top-line concerns, I think it's still really about jobs, cost of living, the economy, and I think many of my residents, both in Chiat and also into East Coast now, they run smaller businesses, they're SME owners, and I think they are concerned about longer-term certainty and predictability in the business environment. They're also concerned about the rising costs of doing business, how much it costs to rent, how much it costs to hire workers, and to some extent also regulatory compliance costs, which of course we have begun to look at by setting up a committee in the last few months to look at how we can lower the barriers, make it easier for businesses to overcome compliance costs that sometimes adds a significant margin to what they experience. So these are some of the top line concerns.